Honorable Chair, please. My name is Bismarck Adom Dankwa, General Manager for Finance, BOST.
Mr. Chairman, my name is Moses Assem, Deputy MD, BOST.
Mr. Chairman, my name is Edmond Akwa, Head of Audit, BOST.
All right, thank you very much for coming. You have few issues. The first one is on the financial statement. Honorable Aka, paragraph 330.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Boss, in 2021, your revenue increased. And then your income, other income also increased. I will not belabor all these things, but and your profit also increased, supposedly. And the reason was that you increased the margin from 6 cities to 9 cities. Is that correct? Is that the main reason why your income increased?
It stated the major reason why in the same document you are reading.
Okay, we have met several of these companies here. They gave reasons for their loss as due to the COVID. I think in 2021, COVID was around. So how were you able to circumvent the effect of COVID? Thank you.
Mr. Chair, thank you very much. So yes, our income. Is that a
funny question?
No.
Okay, then go ahead.
It's not. Our income increased because our sales increased. If you look at the top line, going from 2020 to 2021, there was an increment in sales, and that's what accounted for that.
All right. I could see that your your expenditure also increased.
Yes,
by 39.8%. And the reasons were that increase in import costs and the depreciation of the city. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So how was the import costs affecting you?
Mr. Chair, as you're aware, we import petroleum products and sell same. So once we import more, it means that we buy more. So our direct costs will definitely go up.
It means the import duties were increased, isn't it?
No, the cost of the products.
The cost of the products.
Yes.
So the import duties were stagnant.
We don't.
Because they say that it was due to the increase in import costs. So are you saying that because of the volume, or because of the increase in the
volume?
So the taxes were flat.
No, we don't pay. We don't pay import duties.
Also, import cost does not include the duties.
No, import cost means that once the volumes go up, it means
proportional.
Proportionally, yes.
Okay,
Mr. Chair.
So, if you go to the financial position, it says your non-current assets increased by 1.8. It was due to the purchase of lands. And I'd like to know if, with your operations, you need so much land. Is it land for the workers or for your bungalows? I mean, can you please explain?
No, Mr. Chair. I think in some time past, there were some outstanding issues that were resolved regarding land purchase. So that is what accounted for that.
And your current ratio also was better than before, but still is so poor. What plans are you putting in place to make it better?
Mr. Chair, thank you for acknowledging that we did better than before.
Not so good.
We'll try. Yeah, our current ratio actually was 0.82. Currently, we are at 0.82. So we've improved from 0.5 to 0.82, Mr. Chair.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
0.5 is better than 0.82, not 2.8.
Yes, Mr.
Okay.
Chair.
The 82 is better than 0.5. All right, let's go to paragraph 340. Honorable Chinia.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. The infraction here is abandoned landed properties. About 5 landed properties with estimated value of almost 9 million Ghana cedis have been abandoned. The auditors have observed that the properties could deteriorate further and would require more funds to renovate them if you postpone it. So they've recommended to management to allocate resources to rehabilitate these properties. Have you done that?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So we've started fixing 2 of those properties. For the rest of them, we've gotten approval from the board to look for a strategic partner to partner us bring those properties live. So that's the state of it, and I'm sure the auditors can confirm that.
Auditors, are you able to confirm that they have started working on 2 of those properties?
Mr. Chairman, we confirm that they are working on the guest houses in Akosombo. And the board has also given them approval to partner a third-party investor to rehabilitate the rest. Thank you.
Honorable Chairman, they are taking steps to get the problem resolved. Thank you.
Paragraph 345, Honorable Ajay Boateng.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Boss, this has to do with encampment of 12 inches pipeline at Boss depots. You imported some 12-inch pipelines which were kept at Yafran Place depot and then the Mami Water depot. Sorry, Accra Plains depot and the Mami Water depot.
Mami Water. Papa Water.
Yeah. But the problem the auditors had with you was that you did protect those pipelines. So they have started rusting. So when the audit was done, they recommended that you took steps to cap these pipelines. What have you done so far?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. When we brought the pipelines, what we have done is to make sure that they are well covered since that audit finding happened. On the encampment, when we started the procurement process, we realized that the cost it would take us to encap all those pipelines will be almost the same cost it will take us to do the feed to bury the pipeline. So we have decided to still keep covering those pipelines while we commence the procurement process this year to start burying those pipelines instead. And we have discussed with the auditors on this particular issue.
Yeah. So, auditors, can you confirm what they're saying?
Mr. Chairman, confirmed.
Thank you very much. Paragraph 350 is about occupied leased land with no payment received. So, Bost owns some piece of land at Tema, the industrial area. Then the size of the land is 5.4 acres. Another part of that, or portion of that, which is 2 acres, was leased to a company called Tema LNG gas for a gas workstation. Now, this company occupied the land from February 2021 without any signed lease agreement or lease agreement. Additionally, no payment has been made since. So the auditors are recommending that management should expedite action in the signing of the lease agreement and also recover the outstanding rental from the company. They also urge management to take steps to prevent further encroachment of the property. I want to find out if you've been able to sign the agreement and have you also recovered the rental charges from the company?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm happy to inform you, and the auditor can confirm, that this has been 100% resolved. We've recovered all the sums. We have contracts for all the...
Auditors, can you confirm?
Mr. Chairman, confirm. Thank you.
Thank you. Paragraph 358, Honorable Samson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mine is not different from the previous. It has to do with landed property in about 6 locations. And according to the auditors, it's like you are not protecting the land. No pillars, no fence wall. And there's a possibility that encroachers can share the land among themselves. And you were asked to try and ensure that those lands are all protected. Tema, Balga, Bupi, Savologo, and the rest. What can you say about this?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The auditor can confirm that on the signages, it's 100% delivered. As we speak, the construction of the fence wall is ongoing. So hopefully, within the next few months, that would also be secured.
Auditors, are you satisfied with the progress of work done on the side?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, the signages at Bupe, Savlugu, Bolgatanga, and Tema have been erected, and also contracts have been awarded for the fence wall in Tema. Thank you.
Paragraph 363, Honorable Sophia.
Thank you, Chairman. 363 has to do with a contract for the agent supply of earthing devices not delivered for installation. And boss, you sign a contract with one Mr. Ghani's Ghana Limited. That is a total of 1,532,878.25. The items were supposed to be delivered at the locations APD, Kumasi, Buipe, Bolgatanga within 6 weeks. Auditors are recommending that management should deduct from the contract price as liquidated damages a sum equivalent to 1.0% of the contract price of the delayed goods for each week of delayed until actual delivery, up to a maximum deduction of 10% of the delayed goods. Contract price as per clause 11 of the contract agreement between the parties. Now, management is saying that the delay in supply of the earthing devices was due to global shortage of key components as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, auditors are saying that they still stand by what they are recommending you to do. So what do you have to tell the committee? Have you complied to the auditors' recommendation?
Mr. Chair, thank you very much. Please, the auditors can confirm that this is no more an issue. It's been resolved, installed.
Auditors, please, can you confirm if You are satisfied with their?
Mr. Chairman, the issues have been resolved. If I will verify them, thank you.
Chairman, please, that will be all for them. The issue has been resolved.
There is public interest question. Kofi Adams.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. MD, you're welcome.
Thank you, my former board member.
You know you owe us a lot, but then let me go straight to. But a lot of work has gone into this issue of pipeline, the gas pipeline, and we had gotten the right as BOST to erect the pipelines, especially the reverse flow, because as I know it has faced a few challenges. And currently, one of the major difficulties the IPPs in the eastern side here have had is sometimes the shutdown of the WACPO pipelines due to some challenges. Is BOST still interested in pursuing this gas pipeline project, especially the reverse flow, since you have a lot of your IPPs in the eastern side here, or there's a change in policy? If there's a change in policy, can we know, do we have a pipeline now that government of Ghana owns, or we are depending solely on the West African gas pipeline project for our reverse flow? Thank you.
Mr. Chair, thank you very much. This question is very loaded. This question involves the ministry, Ghana Gas, and BOST. So I'll talk from the BOST end. As we speak, just like GRADECO is the transmission provider for electricity, for electrons, for the molecules and gas especially, Ghana Gas, as per policy, is the one responsible to do what you are saying. So Ghana Gas has that responsibility. Today, the licenses were taken away from BOST and given to Ghana Gas. Thank you.
Please, can you share the time the licensing happened? Because, like I said, I knew.
2018. I hear 2018. Thank you very much. So they are now the transmission utility for gas, provider for gas.
All right, thank you very much. That will be all for BOST. You are discharged.
Thank you very much.
Bui Power. Kindly introduce yourselves to the committee.
Honorable Chairman, my name is Kofi Jamesi, CEO of Bui Power.
Honorable Chairman, my name is Jemima Fire, Finance Director, Bui Power Authority.
Honorable Chairman, Franklin Nana Adai, Head of Legal.
Thank you very much for coming. We have a few issues. The first one is the financial statement and paragraph 552. Honorable Aka.
Thank you, Chairman. Bui, is that a Bui? anglicized. I've anglicized it. Don't you know? Bui, yes. Your revenue for 2021 was less than 2020. Is there any special reason for that, please?
Honorable Chairman, I'll let my Director of Finance take that question.
Honorable Chairman, our revenue is mainly based on our reservoir, how much water we have in the reservoir. So we are able to generate more depending on the availability of water in our reservoir. For 2021, because we drafted a lot from our reservoir the previous year, come 2021, in managing our reservoir, there was a slight decrease because we had to make sure that we don't overdraw. So our revenue is mainly based on generation from the water we have in our reservoir, and also on Gridco calling us to come on board. Yes.
All right. According to your own words, you said your revenue depends on the level of water in the reservoir. And can I also say that the production of power should be proportional to the cost of generation? Is that correct? If I say that it's proportional?
Yes.
The cost of generation?
Ordinarily, yes.
Yes. And yet you had to spend more, even though you produce less. Can you explain that, please?
Okay, there are some costs that are somehow fixed, like salaries of the engineers who are in charge of the plant. In 2021, we employed more engineers on the plant, and that is what caused the increase in the cost.
You employed more, even though you knew that the water level had gone down and that your generation will be less. So for you, as the generation is going down, your rate of employment goes up.
The
inverse proportion.
The general.
Yes, let me come in. Yes, you know, power generation started in 2013, and the more you continue to use the equipment, you know, the more you need more people for maintenance here and there. Beginning when the plant is new, you don't need more people, but as the plant grows, you need more people because you have to add the maintenance aspect of it. So it became necessary that you get more engineers to ensure that both the operation and maintenance are well done. That's why.
Do you want to take a plant maintenance system?
Of course.
Or just that if you are going to maintain, then you employ the people to maintain, or plant maintenance system?
No, it's planned. But as the years go by, and then the equipments begin to deteriorate, you need to ensure that the plants continue to work. Yes, sir.
I must tell you that I don't agree with that, but let's go forward. And then your administrative expenses also went up, even though your generation was less.
Yes, administrative expenses also went up. And like I said earlier, human resource went up, and therefore administrative expenses also went up. So it's related. But I would also like to add that the people we took on in 2021 are still working, and there has been an increase in generation since then. So this was a decision taken at the time because we felt there was a need to do so.
And you run your plant as reserved one or major generation plant?
Please clarify the question. Yes.
Is it a reserved? Because you said the water comes around.
Yeah, so let me answer.
Water.
It is not a reserved plant, but it's called a picking plant. Why picking? We expect that at certain times of the period, when there is so much demand for power, then Bui Power is called upon to generate much more. But other than that, Bui Power is supposed to generate some amount of power at any time T to ensure that the system runs smoothly. But whenever there is a peak, then we are called upon to generate much more. So it's not that it's a reserve plant. It's working all the time. But then sometimes we
do you also want to take spillage? Spillage. Your plant, is it
2021, 2022, 2023, no spillage.
Your time that you spill?
It depends on the management of the dam and the management of dispatch.
And are you making sure that what happened in the other plant will not happen at your place? Are you putting things in place?
We are working very hard towards that. In fact, in 2022, we almost spilled. But as I said, because of the proper management of the dam, we did not spill. So we have a master plan to ensure that we do not spill in any other year.
So are you saying that the Akosombo Dam didn't have any proper thing in place?
Please, I cannot answer that one.
Paragraph 562, Honorable Chinia.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. The infraction here is overdue accounts receivable amounting to 550,202,990 United States dollars. And out of that, over $509 million amounting to 98.96% was due to ECG. The auditors observed that the authority is not getting enough funds from the ESLA bond allocation to defray the outstanding legacy debt, because this is between 2013 to 2021. They have therefore recommended that the management should liaise with the Minister for Finance, Minister of Energy, and the management of ECG to ensure that the allocation from the cash waterfall arrangement cover a significant portion of the total current invoices. Have you done that? Have you liaised with the ministers and ECG to ensure that this recommendation is complied with?
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. Yes, we have made a whole lot of efforts to ensure that those monies are paid as. In fact, this is one of the greatest challenges that we face, to the extent that sometimes it becomes very difficult for us to even pay salaries. So we've done a lot, and the Ministry of Energy has also been doing a lot, but inflows are very, very low. Very low.
So are you suggesting that the Ministry of Finance and ECG are not responding? Because between 2013 to 2021, you are not getting anything from the ESLA bond allocation.
Exactly so, Honorable Chairman. But we hope that things will change for the better, because recently there was a meeting and the ECG has promised to come out boldly and pay a lot of those debts. So we are waiting for them.
Chairman, I'll yield to you. So far, I think there has not been progress and responding to the auditor's recommendation.
An amount of $515 million. You haven't recovered anything? Not even $1 million.
Honorable Chairman, you know, we Power sells more than 99% of its power generation to ECG.
To ECG.
And they are supposed to pay.
Yeah.
But we realize that because it's becoming very difficult for us to get the money from them, we are now starting to try and see if we can get some off-takers so that we can get the money directly from those off-takers. So at least we can have our finances in order. But it's quite very difficult. I was hoping that you will invite Bui Power before ECG so that when we leave here, they will come and answer.
In fact, I'm just looking at the balance sheet for ECG, and I'm not seeing the corresponding liability in the ECG. So I wanted to find from the auditors, if by 2021, because these are account for the Bui Power account 2021, the ECG owed them $509 million. I expect to see a corresponding liability, either long-term or a short-term liability, in the ECG balance sheet. And when we come to ECG balance sheet, the current liability, I don't know where you capture it. Did you capture in the current liability or long-term liability? Because the current liability is 17 billion Ghana cedis. So if you convert the $509 million using the rate, exchange rate at the time into cedis, will it fall within the 17 billion as the debt owed by ECG, so that we can say that Bui Power debt is accommodated within that current liability?
I don't think so. They owe GNPs, they owe Ghana Gas also.
Yes.
They owe Ghana Gas.
So, auditors, there is a need for some reconciliation. If not, it means that ECG owe more than we are seeing in their financial position.
One note, Chairman, even as at October 2023, the debt has increased to $701 billion USD.
That's for the Bui one.
ECG. $1 million ECG. From 500.
Yeah, for 500, I have now $729 million.
Dollars.
The ECG owes us.
The ECG owes you.
Wow. It's too much.
Because they sell, yes. No.
Now, Bui Power, CEO, why are you charging ECG in dollars?
We went for a loan from China Exim Bank denominated in dollars to build the dam. So we needed to get a price that can take care of the loan we went for. And it's all denominated in USD. And
so if ECG want to charge in dollars, because you are selling to ECG in dollars, they want to charge the consumer in dollar. Can we change the cedi into dollar and Ghana use that dollar instead of cedi?
per the PPA,
Per
the PPA, the ECG is to pay as an SCD equivalent of that
dollar so
amount.
what it means is that you are pushing the burden of cedi depreciation to ECG. ECG, to be able to also capture that, is pushing it to the consumer.
I'd also like to add that we are also suffering some losses because the exchange rate we agree with ECG is not exactly what we use to change into paying back the loan.
No, because you are charging your sales are charged in dollars already. So is it not when they are going to pay before you convert?
Yes, we pay the loan every 6 months.
Yeah, I
in a
mean,
year.
whatever you charge the ECG.
Yes, they pay.
Assuming you charge them today, and the exchange rate is 12 cedis to the dollar, and it take 1 year for them to pay.
Yeah.
Would they use the ruling rate, exchange rate at the time they are paying, or they'll use the rate at the time you sold the power to them?
They'll use the current rate.
The current rate.
At the time, but they'll use the Bank of Ghana rate.
Yeah, so you are not suffering. The ECG is suffering any loss. They are suffering it.
And if I may also add, we are not charging any interest on ECG owing us for so many years. ECG has been owing us since 2013, and they are not paying.
So have they been
CDs
paying
by
now? Now are they paying? Or are they making any effort to pay something?
We are getting payments through the cash waterfall, but it's just 20% of what we bill.
Okay.
So that's why the debt is accumulating.
How are you able to operate to meet your cost?
Currently,
So what?
how are we able to operate?
By the hand of God.
By the hand of God. I believe you are not the one who called pastors to come and pray for water into the reservoir. All right, let's go on. The next one is paragraph 570, Honorable Ajay.
Thank you, Chairman. This one has to do with Bui Power Authority auctionings of vehicles. The amount of money that was realized from the auction of the vehicles was $45,516 US. And this was in 2020. At the time of the audit, the auctioneer had not paid money into the designated account. Can we be told a different story now? Has it been paid?
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. Still, we've not been able to collect that money. And so what we've done is that we've done a lot to be able to retrieve the money, but it's not possible. So we have written to the office of the president because they recommended that auctioneer to us, and we think that after that we'll take some legal action.
So the auctioneer,
yeah,
is he in town?
We contacted the auctioneers registration board to see if we can get through to him through them. And we also wrote a letter to him, copied the board. We've been calling. At a point, he wasn't well, but it's become more and more difficult to get hold of on the auctioneer.
The question I asked was whether the auctioneer was around. Because in your answer now, you are saying that at some point in time he wasn't well, which means that you know where we can get the auctioneer.
No, we were told. We haven't been able to. We cannot tell whether he's around.
But this one has been a case that has been running since 2020. We are in 2023 now. And we cannot even locate 2024. We cannot even locate the auctioneer. And he has this amount of money still with him. It's a serious.
So as I said, you know, this auctioneer was recommended to us by Office of the President. That's why we've written to the Office of the President, and then after that, we'll take a legal action against him.
Chairman, so they have not been able to get the auctioneer to pay the monies into the designated account. So let me defer to you.
Yeah, Director of Finance, you claim that you wrote to the auctioneers, is it board or the association?
Auctioneers Registration Board.
Auctioneer Registration Board. What is their response to the letter you wrote to them?
We haven't received any formal response from them.
When did you write to them?
August 2023.
August 2023. Yes. So for almost 5 months past, they have not responded.
No, Mr. Chairman.
So you don't know where this auctioneer is at the moment?
At the moment, no.
Oh, no. We need to call for some action. Honorable Roxon.
Chairman, thank you very much. This is a matter that my brother, Director of Legal, should take up. If I have your attention, Director of Legal, you know the remediable steps. You will have to write back to the auctioneers board for the appropriate sanctions to apply, because the auctioneer's license is renewable every year. That is one condition under which you can take this man, and then you should also sue him. This mat is an incorporated entity. It is capable of being sued and suing. So sue him and recover your money. Don't assume that because you cannot reach him, issue a writ and get him served. You see, the auctioneer's license is non-transferable. It is impersonal. It is to the entity. So you have to serve him and get your money. And also write to notify the office of the chief of staff that this is the situation, because the recommendation in respect of you using this auctioneer came from that office. So you need to put them on notice before you proceed to court. It's very important.
Thank you very much. We'll be guided by your advice.
So we are giving you two weeks to take action and then report back to the committee.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman.
Yes. The next one, in paragraph 576, non-establishment of the reserve fund. According to the auditors, your act, section 17 of the Bui Power Authority Act, instructs the authority to establish a reserve fund and make payment out of profits into the fund for the purpose of expanding your activities. The auditors noted that a reserve fund had not been established. So they are recommending that management establish the reserve fund in accordance with Act 740 as amended. Have you been able to establish the fund?
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. Yes, we have established the fund in our books, but there's no money to put in there.
Honorable Jamashi, Kofi Jamashi, you made a profit in 2021. Your statement showed that you made a profit of 239.9 million Ghana cedis profit in 2021. I know profit is not cash, but when I come to your statement of financial position, there is also, under your current assets, you have 3.3 billion Ghana cedis. It's not entirely, it can not be entirely cash, but there is a cash component. If you go into details of the account, you know that the cash component is there. Why are you saying that you have established the account in your books, but there is no money to transfer in?
Yeah, about 80% of the current assets are in receivables with ECG. We are yet to receive, it's cash we are yet to receive from ECG.
So you don't have any cash in your bank account?
We have cash flow issues because we are not collecting enough from ECG.
No, answer my question. You don't have any cash or any balance in your bank account?
We do have cash, but it's insufficient for us to...
Okay, because it's insufficient, you want to violate the law, not to transfer the money. The law didn't say if there is cash or not, sufficient cash or not in your account. The law didn't say that. The law says that once you make profits, you must do a transfer. So you are violating the law. Well, auditors have noted it. You violate the law. You are refusing to do that. So, okay, let's establish the fund, the reserve fund. But there is no sufficient money, so we will not transfer money into it. The committee is going to direct you to do a transfer into that fund and show evidence to the auditors.
Noted, Mr. Chairman.
That money is still for you. It's not for anybody. Yes, Honorable Coulson.
Mr. Chairman, I think the response was that they have created a fund ledger in their books. What we are talking about has to do with the fund, and the fund must have an account into which transfers will be made. And when transfers are made into that account, those monies will even be invested to generate additional, interest. So the ledger doesn't solve the problem at all, Mr. Chairman. I agree with you. Thank you.
Yeah, so that is why I said they should do the transfer into the fund. If they don't have an account, they can't do the transfer. So for them to do the transfer, they will have to open the account. Yes.
Auditor, under paragraph 577, you noted that the reserve fund has not been established. But they are financing projects from their normal pool. So, Director, you have been financing projects from your authorities fund pool. The only thing that you are not doing is that you are not creating a special fund for that. That is the observation of the auditors. So if you say you don't have funds, it's not true. Do you understand?
Noted.
Okay.
We'll create the fund.
Thank you. Chairman.
All right. The next one, paragraph 581, Honorable Sampson.
Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, the issue has to do with Chairman, I'm on the yes. The issue has to do with regulations for the B power, and here the auditors gave you some guidelines. I thought probably, looking at what they are saying, you need to protect the property in terms of restricting and the use of the lake, then water, the way they assess the people and operations, not even the community around the B dump. So you need at least some law that can prevent them from doing that. So why prevent you from doing it, looking at the number of years you're operating? there's a number of suggestions they even made in terms of a movement of motor, movement into the lake and all that. What prevented you over the years from doing this?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman. We have a lot of things going on to protect, first of all, the lake, and to ensure that the people who live around there benefit from the lake and benefit accordingly. So, for example, we have this our forestry program to ensure that minimum of 50 meters away from the dam is all to be planted. We are on it seriously. If you go there, you will see. Even we are very soon going to get carbon credits for that. Apart from that, we try as much as possible to limit people from going onto the lake to fish. As the years go by...
No, Chairman, with all due respect, the auditors have recommended that you should have a regulation pursuant to the law. You don't have it. So you should be assuring the committee that you take urgent steps. Like you've said in the report, consult the AG and have it done. Now you are justifying why you don't have a regulation. And the regulation is also a revenue generating regulation. Yes.
With all this you are saying, you cannot enforce it without a regulation. You can't enforce it.
Honorable Chairman, noted.
Or probably...
noted.
Chairman, I think that with your exit, he was waiting to come and do the regulations in Parliament. but he said if not...
Yes. Chairman, if I may, and you see, the regulation is supposed to give effect to the law. It's also to generate revenue for you. So it's very important that you, Director of Legal, once again, I'll place this matter squarely on your lap. You have to take steps and have the regulation drafted by the AG, sponsor it, and bring it before the Subsidiary Legislation Committee and have it passed. Please, it's very important. Your law is 207, and we're in 2024. Without the regulation, it's such a big gap. Please. And
well noted.
And further to this, if you check the auction sales law, section 8, the auctioneer is supposed to post a bond with the board. The value of that bond, you should be able to redeem it to recover the value of the cars that we speak of. So proceed and act. Thank you very much.
Chairman, thank you for your guidance.
Paragraph 586, Honorable Sophia.
Thank you very much, Chairman. 586, your infraction here has to do with investment in associates. The auditors are saying that Bui Power Authority acquired 33,000 shares at a cost of 33,000 Ghana cedis in the Nuclear Power Ghana Limited upon incorporation on the 4th July 2019. However, no share certificate has been issued to the authority by the NPGL in accordance with the Companies Act. There is no share certificate to confirm the authority's interest in the NPGL. Auditors urge that management to obtain the share certificate from NPGL to confirm the 33,000 shares acquired by the authority. Have you been able to comply with the recommendation?
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. Yes, share certificate has been accordingly issued to the authority.
Auditors, please, can you confirm to us if you are satisfied with the answer?
Honorable Chair, they've obtained the share certificate. Thank you.
Chairman, that will be all for them.
Thank you very much. That will be all for Bui Power. But there is a public interest question. Honorable Sam George.
Honorable Jamisi, good afternoon.
Go ahead.
Oh, are you the chairman? You are not the chairman to tell me to go ahead. I greeted you. At least respond to my greeting.
Oh, yes, sir.
The last time you were here, I asked you a public interest question on behalf of the people of Ketu North. Did you contest in the primaries on the 27th of January?
Well, because there was an issue, the last time you came, you asked a question on this, I'll permit this one.
Yes.
It's too personal, but I'll permit this one.
Yeah, I just want to know if you contested, because there was a previous question to this. Yes.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman. You know, the last time I came here, I made a very categorical statement that I was not going to contest. I will only contest if the chairman contests. And because the chairman did not contest, I too did not contest.
Chairman, I think I will rest here. Let me say thank you to you for retiring Honorable Jamesi from his parliamentary interest. Thank you.
Well, anyway,
I can tell you that
he's my senior brother, so
it's not a retirement.
He said he only contests if I'm contesting. So now that I'm not contesting, he's also not contesting, and it's good. It's good. We are all old, so we need to go and rest. The Honorable Roxon.
Chairman, thank you very much. Honorable Jamesi, my information is that you are above 60 years and you are still at post. How old are you, sir?
Honorable Jamesi, we want to find out if what is your age?
So is my age connected to being the CEO? I want to understand the question very well before I answer.
Yes, yeah, it is. You are holding a public office. So there is nothing about you that could be private or personal.
I'm 64 years old.
Okay.
Okay, so do you have a contract from the board?
Yes, I have contract up to September 2025.
Very well. Thank you very much.
So is the matter not ended? Why do you want to drag a little simple thing? He said it's on contract. Kindly furnish me with a copy of your contract.
Thank you very much. I will.
All right, that'll be all for you. You are discharged.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's have Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company. Ghana Cylinder.
I, swear by the Almighty God, that the evidence I shall give before this committee, touching the matter in issue
touching the matter in issue
shall be the truth,
shall be the truth,
the whole truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
All right, kindly introduce yourself to the committee.
Good afternoon, Chairman. I'm Mrs. Genevieve Saki, Managing Director of Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I'm Philip Kwesibeko, Head of Finance, Ghana Cylinder.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. I'm William Tete. I'm in charge of technical operations.
Mr. Chair, I'm Richmond Abeka, internal audit.
Mr. Chair, I'm Ebenezer Bekon, Head of Corporate Affairs and Marketing.
Thank you very much for coming. You have only one issue, but the first one is a financial statement. Paragraph 513. Honorable Bao, take it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And looking at your financial or expenditure income table, I find out that your total income decreased by 64.1% from 2020 to 2021. What might have accounted for this, if you could explain?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. So the decrease in our total revenue or income was as a result of a halt in operations in 2021. So we could not produce and sell cylinders, but rather we only retailed gas and also refurbished some few cylinders. And this was mainly as a result of lack of funding to bring in raw material. Thank you.
Talking about lack of funding, how do you get your funds?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. At the moment, we are not in production, but we have the agencies through the Ministry of Energy who are assisting us until we start production. Thank you.
And then looking at your financial position, is the current ratio as it stands now indicates that you might not be able to meet your liabilities or financial obligations when they fall due. What measures have you put in place to change this position?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As we indicated last year, we are in the process of an acquisition. At the moment, we are in the final stages. The documents are with Ministry of Finance to be forwarded to Cabinet. So we are hoping that by the end of the first quarter, we'll be acquired by Ghana Gas. Thank you.
Let's hope that all what you are saying, you are able to operationalize it. Mr. Chairman, that's all for me.
All right. Paragraph 524, Honorable Apak.
Grateful, Mr. Chairman. Non-payment of statutory deductions. Amount quoted, 375,315 Ghana cedis. According to the auditors, they discovered that you had failed to pay income tax. Pay as you earn of an amount of 286,068 Ghana cedis 45 pesos that you withheld from the salaries of employees during the year. They also noted that you did not pay Tier 1 and Tier 2 pension contributions amounting to 49,811 Ghana cedis 42 pesos. Cumulatively, this works out to the amount earlier quoted. The auditors have recommended that you ensure that all deductions for payee and pension contributions are paid on time as stipulated by Act 896. What action have you taken with regards to this infraction and the recommendation of the auditors for you to pay the said statutory deductions that you had failed to pay?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. So this amount, currently we've made payment for the Tier 1 and also for the Tier 2, and part payment for the pay-as-you-earn, for which receipts have been provided to the auditors. With the remainder of the pay-as-you-earn, we've made the necessary arrangement with the GRA to make the payment in installment. But currently we are on schedule in terms of this payment. Thank you very much.
You know what you have just said is against the law, as indicated and as read. You don't have the luxury of keeping monies that you have withheld. So what would have accounted for withholding monies and not paying them to the necessary institutions, to the extent that you are now making arrangements to defray something that you had withheld?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. So as one of the honorable members said earlier, our liquidity position is not the best, so we face some financial challenges as at that time, and that accounted for this. But going forward, we've resolved not to repeat some of these infractions. Thank you very much.
So how soon will you finish paying? Because we are in 2024. This is the 2022 audit report.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. So the agreement is to finish paying this outstanding amount by the end of the second quarter in 2024. Thank you.
Auditors, can you confirm what has been paid and what is outstanding?
Honorable Chair, we can confirm of the payment of the Tier 1, which is 49,681.64. The rest are still outstanding. Thank you.
Chairman, this is the situation. I didn't know the Ghana Steel Cylinder Company was so handicapped to the extent of withholding and utilizing monies that they should be remitting on behalf of workers. I leave it to your better judgment.
Is the company broke?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, at the moment, we are not in a very good financial position. But as I reiterated, because we're going to be acquired by Ghana Gas, most of these issues are already being resolved, pending the final signature of the acquisition. Thank you.
Sorry, is the word she's looking for insolvent?
No. There were issues involving sole sourcing procurement in the past, where the former CEO is the position CEO or managing director.
The managing director.
The former managing director.
Yes, please.
Francis SCM.
Yes, please.
Appeared before the committee here. There were a number of issues, sole sourcing, involving millions of dollars. This committee referred this matter to Attorney General for prosecution. Up till now, Parliament also failed to communicate the decision of the House to the Attorney General. We'll be taking that matter later as a committee. And that woman is no more there.
No, please.
So you are now in charge?
Yes, please.
So you are now finding it difficult to even operate. So are you now importing the cylinders?
Because of the CRM policy introduced by the government on 1st September 2023, and due to our situation, we have been given the sole responsibility to refurbish all recalled cylinders.
Okay.
To which we've already ordered the machines to do that.
Wow. So if I need a new cylinder now, how do I get it?
There are other parties in the market at the moment.
Wow. So they are importing the machines?
No, they are actually manufacturing them in Ghana.
Oh, okay, good.
Yes, thank you.
All right, so you are in competition now. So if you don't put your house in order, you'll be out of business.
Yes, please.
Now, the staff whose contributions you are holding here are now losing. They are losing because we have not sent the money for their account to be credited. And for the tier 2, the value of the money is going down.
I'll leave my finance manager to talk on that.
How soon do you think that we can raise money to pay this money to the fund managers?
Honorable Chair, the tier 1 and tier 2 have been paid. We have copies of the receipts here.
Okay, then give the auditors confirm the tier 1. So the tier 2, you need to give the evidence to the auditors to confirm.
Okay,
now,
sir, thank
for the tax component, we are urging you to pay any penalty that will be arising out of this. You have to pay it personally. Any penalty that GRA will charge for not paying the income tax to GRA, any penalty that you raise, you have to pay it. If they don't raise any penalty, that's your luck. But once they raise it, don't use the company money to pay. But as a management, not you as an individual, management, current management will have to find money and pay for it.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
That'll be all for you. You are discharged.
Thank you.
VRA Health Services Limited. VRA Health Services Limited. And kindly introduce yourself to the committee.
Honorable Chair, my name is Dr. Kwabena Omari Yeboah, the Medical Director.
Okay.
Honorable Chair, my name is Tei Saba, Manager, Finance and Accounts.
I'm Dr. Charles Ahimfo, Medical Superintendent, VRA Hospital, Kosombo.
My name is Dr. Emmanuel Soa, Medical Superintendent at VRA Hospital, Accra.
All right, thank you very much. Your financial performance is not good. In 2022, your income is negative. You made a loss of 40 million Ghana cedis. 2021, it was 34 million Ghana cedis. Now it's 40 million Ghana cedis. It doesn't look good at all. Is there any reason why you continue to make loss?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. I would want to give a certain background to this. The health service, VRA Health Services, set up about 60 years ago, when VRA was set up not as a profit center, but as a cost center. And so it was run as a department of VRA. Then in the late 2010s, that's somewhere 2019, VRA decided that they want to turn into a subsidiary. So from that time, the accounts of the VRA Health Services was prepared separately from VRA. Now, as a new company, you have inherited staff with a certain salary structure, which has become more of a fixed liability, if I should put it that way. And so the intention of the shareholder is for the VRA Health Services, not only this time around providing service for just the staff and the dependents, but somehow go to town and ensure that we will be able to raise some revenue to cover the cost which the authority has been incurring. Now, the authority, where the authority is set up, is also such that the financial situation of the people within those enclaves are low. And so as a health service, there's also a limit to how much you can charge, because the authority also has a responsibility, some sort of a corporate social responsibility to the people affected by the operations of the company. And so these are fixed costs that we are trying to run. So if you look at our books over the period, I think we've come far. From 2020, we made a recovery of about 35%. 2021, we did about 45%. 2022, we did 48%. And with the current, this year that the auditors are in, we are doing a recovery of about 66%. So we are coming from somewhere, and that is how you see these things in our books. But we are very determined that within the shortest possible time, we should be able to raise enough revenue to cover the cost and also reduce the burden on the authority. Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Is the financial status of the area you operate, is it going to improve? No. If that is the reason why you continue to make losses, probably you are not recovering full costs. If you are saying that in the shortest possible time, you make a full recovery, will the situation change? Will the community income improve to do that? I thought you talk about if the decision of VRA is to make the unit, which was previously under them, a subsidiary, a full subsidiary, what contribution is VRA making to the running of the hospital, so that the shortfall in the recovery should be supported by VRA as their corporate social responsibility?
Honorable Chair, that's exactly what is happening. VRA supports the company. Now, what the authority wants us to do is not only concentrate on in the enclaves where it operates, because even in that space, there's even a limit to which the authority will allow us to raise prices, because they have a certain responsibility. And the authority prides itself in providing quality care for the areas. And so it invests so much in equipment, and yet the people who patronize our communities, the income levels are low. Currently, Akosombo Hospital serves as the district hospital for the Asojaman district. And then the Abuazi Hospital serves as a district hospital for the Shamar district. And so there's a limit. So what we are doing in the short term is also expanding to areas where we can charge the appropriate fees. And that is where the management is driving to within the next 4 to 5 years now.
All right. We hope that your effort will yield good results, so that you don't continue to experience these heavy losses over for your operation. The next one, paragraph 542, Honorable Kofi Adams.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. The auditors found out that you were running a mortuary as part of your health facility without having the appropriate license from the Mortuaries and Funeral Facilities Agency. You accepted this finding and promised to work at it. Have you done so?
Honorable Chair, as at 9th November 2022, we are fully registered with the Mortuary and Funerals Agency. A copy of the receipt have been sent to the auditors. I even have a copy here myself.
Auditors, can you confirm?
Honorable Chair, we can confirm an amount that was paid to the Mortuaries and Funerals Facility Agency on the 9th of November 2022. But the certificate itself, we don't have it with us. Thank you.
Do you have the certificate or you have only paid for certification?
So, just a bit of background to this one as well. When the MOFA was set up, the agency was set up, at the time the auditors came, even the agency did not have approved fees for Parliament. So when we visited them, we took a form to fill, and we didn't have to pay because they didn't have approved fee. Subsequently, when they had approved fee, I think the VRA Health Services is likely to be the first mortuary to have gone there to register with the team. So we have done our obligation.
Deputy ranking is not here. He's found time to be in the constituency chasing after the deputy ranking of this committee, but not getting time to go and follow up on the facility. So through this medium, I want to advise them to follow up on facilities, to check on them, so they can issue appropriate licenses to them. Thank you.
All right, paragraph 547, Honorable Yusuf.
547, unretired impress to the tune of 448,211 Ghana cedi. Has that been recovered?
Yes, Honorable Chair, as at the last time the auditors checked up on us, I think it was early parts of this year, about 80% of the impress has been retired, leaving a balance of 91,870, and it was 448,211, and 80% of them have been retired. The rest are yet to be retired. We have had discussions. We are hoping that by the end of this month, all the rest will be retired.
You see, you quoted a figure and then you gave me percentage. Don't confuse me. 448, okay, 211 in terms of what is it called? I'm not the one to calculate the 80%. How much have you recovered cash?
So what is remaining is now 91,870. So I may have to do the calculation.
So you want me to subtract the 91,000 from the 448,211? Is that the case? Auditors, can you confirm that if you you subtract 91, the 91 that is measured from this, how much do you have as amount recovered?
Honorable Chair, so far 356,341.46 recovered, leaving a balance of 91,870.
Good. So the other recommendation is that you go strictly according to your own regulations as to how and when you retire your impress. Are you now doing it?
Honorable Chair, yes. We've sent several notices to the individuals involved. A few of them had some technical challenges with their retirement, so we have given them up to the end of this month to complete the retirement.
I think you didn't get my question well. I agree with you that you have recovered some and you have some outstanding. You are making effort to get that recovered. That's the first phase. The second phase is that you've been asked to ensure that going forward, you don't do, you ensure that people retire their impress as and when that is due. And I'm asking whether you are going by that so that the 2023 audit report won't have such a thing repeating itself.
Honorable Chair, yes, we are complying.
Chairman, that's the story. I defer to you.
Please. Sir, your position again, sir?
I'm the medical director.
Medical director, you said, if I heard you right, that the reason why some of these impress have not been retired is because of technical difficulties. Could you explain technical difficulties in retiring an impress? Is it because they don't have a pen, or they don't have a paper, or they don't know how to write? Because it's been almost 2 years now, and they haven't been able to retire this impress. What is the technical difficulty they are facing?
Honorable Chair, previously, and if you look at the accounts, previously some of the items that were being purchased were being done on the working under advance. And for some of them were drugs that they were buying in bits and pieces. And so when they bought the drugs, brought the drugs to the hospital. Subsequently, when they were going to retire, they had some difficulties because they were bought in piecemeals. They were not bought together. So some of the people, in fact, one or two people which I have spoken to, indicated that when they went to the stores, they now had to retrieve them in that order because they bought them piecemeal. So we've given them up to the end of this month. Hopefully, they should be able to do that, and we provide that with the audit. And since then, we've stopped using working advances for some of those purchases because we realized that in the past, it was becoming a challenge.
Medical Director, this is an excuse, not a reason. They've had over a year and a half. They couldn't do it. And you think to the end of the month will never come. We only have 2 weeks. And they'll be able to solve this problem in 2 weeks. So it's just an excuse. Anyway, we are waiting. At the end of the month, you supply us with a complete list of those impress retired. Isn't that so?
Honorable Chair, yes, please.
Yeah, you are on record.
Auditors, we are giving them 2 weeks to retire the impress. Failure, they should pay the money back to the hospital account.
Well noted, Chairman.
That will be all for VRA Health Services Limited.
Honorable Chair, thank you.
Do we have a national electrification? You are discharged, sorry. National electrification scheme.
Honorable Chairman, it's a project under the Ministry of Energy.
So you take it?
Yes, please.
All right. All right, so paragraph 591. Paragraph 591. You have your, at least your surplus at 64 million. Okay, kindly introduce yourself to the committee.
Honorable Chairman, thank you. In 2018, I thought I did already. My name is Ohelmina Samoa, Chief Director, please.
I'm actually referring to the
okay.
the other staff who have joined you.
Respectfully, Honorable Chair, Richard Kokubodu, Acting Director Finance.
Isaac Nsakubaini, Director Policy Planning, Budgeting, Monitoring, Evaluation.
Yafi Boatin, Director Internal Audit.
All right, thank you very much. So, well, I will not talk much about your financial position, and even though it's 1.5, I hope you can improve upon it.
Yes, Honorable.
Honorable Alex will take paragraph 600. Paragraph 600.
This has to do with payment of judgment debts. The auditors noted that you paid a judgment debt totaling 9,813,655 paid to Infralux Development Limited on March 22nd, 2021. They recommended that you should make sure that you retrieve this money. They recommended that management should adhere to contract terms to avoid future court actions against the scheme. How far have you gone about this?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. a contract was awarded sometime in 2018. There was a delay in payment to the supplier. He went to court and won judgment. And steps were taken after that to pay the contractor. So the money has been fully paid. I think the recommendation was to take steps to reconcile with the energy distribution companies, which is ECG, VNRA, and PURLC. They support the levies under the NES. So that has been done. So we now do quarterly reconciliations to ensure that these levies are released and paid to contractors. Thank you.
Auditors, can you prove that?
Yeah, Honorable Chair, as we indicated, there was a suit against them and the amount was paid. Our recommendation was that officers in charge of government business should ensure that contractual agreement is actually followed so that some of this thing doesn't happen, for which maybe subsequently if it happens, then they should be made to pay those money by themselves. Thank you.
All right, that'll be all for National Electrification Scheme. And on that note, Ministry of Energy, you are discharged.
Thank you, Honorable.
Now we are going to break, but I'll take Public Procurement Authority. Then we'll break for some 30 minutes before we come back. Public Procurement Authority. Kindly introduce yourself to the committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and honorable members. My name is Frank Mante, the CEO of Public Procurement Authority. I'm here with my two colleagues. Please permit me to allow them to introduce themselves. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Ebenezer Anelabi, Head of Finance, Public Procurement Authority.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Fred Ali, Deputy Director of Finance.
Thank you very much. Paragraph 646, Honorable Johnson.
Thank you, Chairman. PP, your financial performance. The authority recorded a deficit of 368,589 in 2021, a decrease of 220.1% over the previous year's surplus of 306.80. And the breakdowns are that your IGF was decreased by 11.8%. What accounted for this?
Mr. Chairman, please, I want to defer to Head of Finance to respond. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The decrease was as a result of mainly our IGF is from supply registration and short-term trainings that we undertake. In 2021, our short-term training, I think we had a directive from the ministry that we should 50% will have to be taken by paid to the consolidated fund. So we're not getting the 100% as was happening previously. And then the short-term training too, because we also just coming from COVID, we did not get to undertake as many of them as we had envisaged to. And these two events actually contributed to the lower reduction of IGF. Thank you.
I knew definitely you're
basically by payment of salary arrears. Our former CEO had been in office from 2017 to 2019 when he left office. Up till the time he left office, his salary had not been paid. So it was after he had left office before the salaries were paid. So that accumulated salary from 2017 to 2019 amounted to about 400,000 plus. And this is in addition to some few other staff allowances. Thank you.
Okay. Coming to your financial position, non-current assets increased astronomically by 777.98%. 777.988%. What actually accounted for this? Non-current.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. PPA, as any other institution, we also have the problem of logistics. So, as and when the budget presents itself, we augment our logistics, our assets. And this 2021, we procure some computers and some vehicles because we have been lacking this. So, when we had some few funds available, we procure some of these items, and that is what led to the increase in the non-current assets.
What about the decrease of 166.7 for non-assets? Net asset was decreased by 166.7%. What accounted for this?
Net assets.
Do you have any answer for the committee?
Honorable Chair, I'm finding it difficult to actually locate that specific item you just mentioned.
The table last but one. On the table, the last but one item, net assets. Page 159.
Yeah. All right. Honorable Chair, thank you, and I'm sorry for the delay. I was hard to find a figure to be able to speak to it well. But this net asset is basically the total assets less your current liabilities. But if you look at our financial statements, our liabilities actually increased. And the increase was also occasioned by, I think it's come from our administrative costs. Administrative costs increased. And the increase in administrative costs also led to the increase in liabilities. And this is the reason. We had a pending court case, which the judgment was passed, I think, in 2022, early part of it, when the final account, 2024 in the 2021 account, and that actually led to the liabilities, current liabilities being increased and actually affected our net assets. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chairman.
All right. The next one is paragraph 6 by Honorable Anin.
Thank you, Chairman. The issue is on the receipt of double salary to the tune of 66,600 Ghana cedis. The auditors noted that one Madam Wilhelmina Sabia, who was initially employed as a contract staff, was later absorbed into the system but continued to take salaries for both as a contract staff and as a full-time employee. Auditors recommended that management ensures the stoppage of the contract salary, but management response was that Madam Wilhelmina had resigned. What steps have you taken to date in recovering the total amount of 66,600 Ghana cedis?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I would like to respond to this specific question. PPA, just like the regulatory body, we have a lot of work, tax ahead of us, things that we need to do as a regulatory body to ensure that the conduct of procurement is properly done by entities. On this particular occasion, given that PPA has not been put on single spine, we've had difficulties recruiting qualified people to join the authority. So prior to that, the management of PPA struggled to get people to come in. When people come in, they resign. Why? Because the conditions are not good. So this legal officer was put on contract. When she came, she was put on contract. She was being paid about 4,000 Ghana cedis. So subsequently, when PPA received clearance from the Ministry of Finance to engage her formally on payroll through Controller General, her salary reduced to 2,000 Ghana cedis. So obviously, public servants shouldn't be made worse off. So a decision was taken to augment her salary for an allowance of about 2,000 Ghana cedis every month. So indeed, when the auditors raised the issue, petition was put before the board of the PPA, and then they took a decision to approve it. And as I speak to you, Mr. Chairman, we've had great difficulties even recruiting people to join the legal team. Because these days, to get a lawyer taking 4,000 Ghana cedis, no lawyer will do that. So what we decided to do is to write to the Attorney General's office so that these lawyers will then be absorbed by Attorney General and then, posted to BPA on secondment. We have not been able to get away clear, but we are still pushing. But on this occasion, it was a very genuine situation where we could have made the officer worse off. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, with the explanation given, I would want to ask the auditors, have you cited the board's approval of this from management?
Honorable Chair, we have cited the board approval and the issue has not been resolved. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. But I think that we need to comment on the condition of service for the PPA. They are regulators. And they're in a position where if their condition of service is not good, it's an avenue for corruption. How can a lawyer be paid around 2,000 annually, monthly? No. Now, the new proposal you are making that they are absorbed by Attorney General, they are conditioned better than or better off, so that when they are absorbed by the Attorney General, they will stay and then work with you, and their condition better.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, from what I understand, it's far better than what any officer in PPA takes. Thank you. And this actually, Mr. Chairman, with your greatest permission, is an issue that does not necessarily relate to legal. It affects every professional in PPA. And it's an issue that we've raised. The last time we met the Welfare Committee of Parliament in Koforidua, we raised the issue again. And I think that a second look will have to be taken at the results in PPA as well,
I think I agree with you. For me, the role that you play as a regulator on procurement, and when we go around or we look at the report of the Auditor General, most of the issues are about procurement. And so if you, who is to regulate procurement, you yourself, you have been paid that meager salary, there's a temptation there. You need to survive. So, clerk, let's take note of this and then make a recommendation to government. Thank you very much. I think that we should drop this issue. It's not something that we should pursue. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You are discharged. Honorable members, we are breaking for 30 minutes. Okay, minerals investments, mineral income investments fund. I'm sure I'm told you are the only one left, so we can take you. You have another one? Well, if we have venture capital also, then it means that we have to break and come back after 30 minutes. So I'm inviting the Deputy Minister for Finance to accompany me to where I'm going. We are suspended for 30 minutes.